Hello, and welcome to the LOViT 100 Endurance Run, located in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas. In this volunteer tutorial, we will be discussing aid stations. An aid station is a critical component of any race. As a volunteer, you may be wondering, where do I pick up my supplies? How do I set up my aid station? What happens if I run out of something? Don't worry, we will take the next few minutes exploring these topics and more. Aid station supplies must be picked up from the start-finish area at the Mountain Harbor Resort in the East Cove Pavilion. Supply pickup is on the Friday of race week between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. When you arrive at the East Cove Pavilion, you will find supplies grouped by aid station. A supply list will be on top of your tote. Before you leave with your supplies, be sure to take inventory of your large items. This quick inventory should include tables, pop-up tents, generators, camp stoves, and water jugs. If you are an aid station captain for Brady Mountain Road, Spillway, or Avery Recreation Area, you will follow a different procedure to acquire your supplies. Do not go to Mountain Harbor Resort, as your supplies are being used during the 100-mile portion of the event. We will drop off your supplies at your aid station location. Once again, this special supply drop-off only applies to Brady Mountain Road, Spillway, and Avery Recreation Area. When you arrive at your aid station, begin by setting up your canopy and tables. Next, you need to post signage. This signage will tell participants how many miles it is to the next aid station and when cutoff times occur. This information is extremely important to the participants, so put it in a highly visible place. This signage you need is located in the green Aid Station Captain's folder in your tote. We will explore the green folder in more detail momentarily. If you are an aid station that is a drop bag location, you will need to post drop bag signage. Place the signage several yards down the trail so the runner will know that they are nearing an aid station with drop bags. Remember, not all aid stations have drop bags, so this specific signage only applies to a few aid stations. The signage you need is located in the green folder in your tote. For those aid stations with drop bags, you will need to set up a drop bag area. Place the drop bags on a tarp in the open if there's no threat of rain. If precipitation is likely, put the drop bags under a canopy. Arrange the drop bags in numerical order by bib number so you can access them quickly as runners approach the aid station. Now you should hook up your generator and lights. Make sure you test your generator and lighting setup so that you have time to troubleshoot if necessary. Finally, it is time to unpack your tote. Your tote contains your aid station supplies and the all-important green aid station captain's folder. Let's take a moment and discuss the green folder. This is your official aid station captain's folder. It contains signage for your aid station, runner tracking information, your volunteer list, safety runner waivers, and a list of emergency contact numbers. This folder is very important. You need to take some time and read all the information contained in this folder. Please pay close attention to the sections in the green folder about tracking runners. It is extremely important that we know where all the participants are on the course. This is why tracking our runners digitally and on paper is so important. The information in the green folder will tell you exactly what to do, so don't worry. If you have any questions, call your aid station coordinator. Now, back to unpacking our tote. Remember, your tote contains all of your food. The aid station for a distance event may look a little different than the aid stations you have seen before, so we are here to help you figure out what to do with all that food and drink. First, you need to put out some finger foods. Simply use the plates that were provided in your tote. Only put out small portions. There is a knife in your tote that may be used to cut up food, such as bananas, pickles, oranges, and sandwiches. Remember, food left out in the open attracts insects and becomes stale. Small portions are key. Then you can simply refill your food supply often. The aid stations across the course will have a wide variety of food in their tote. Some aid stations may have ingredients for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, grilled cheese sandwiches, and quesadillas. The participants love fresh sandwiches and warm foods, so only make a few at a time. Better yet, ask the runner if they would like a warm quesadilla as they come into the aid station. Then, make it as they are resupplying. There's nothing better than food made to order. Remember, warm foods are best when the temperatures are cold outside and during the nighttime portions of the race. Noodles and broth are a wonderful way to warm up during a cold race. Make noodles and broth by heating your water in a crock pot. Add a couple of ramen packets and seasonings. As you serve cups of soup, add more water, seasoning, and noodles to your crock pot. Usually the participants prefer more broth than noodles, so you can usually go easy on the noodles. Be careful that your crock pot is not getting the noodles and broth too hot. If it is, you may want to scoop out a cup of noodles and broth as participants enter your aid station in order to start the cooling process. Remember, only fill the cups half full. Please, do not mix the vegetarian and chicken broth. Many of our runners are vegetarian, and we want to make sure that they have warm broth too. Crackers with peanut butter, or just plain crackers, make a great snack. Remember, just make a few at a time. Keep the rest of the crackers sealed to prevent sogginess. Pickles and pickle juice are an aid station staple. Cut some chunks of pickles and place them on a plate. Pour a couple of small cups of pickle juice to leave out for the participants to drink. Be sure to leave the pickle juice cups near the plate of pickles so participants have no doubt as to the cup's contents. If you start to run out of pickle juice, add more water to your pickle jar and let it sit. At your aid station, you have 2 jugs, a red jug for Tailwind and a blue jug for water. Tailwind is an electrolyte drink that you make by combining Tailwind powder and water. The Tailwind powder you receive will be packaged for exactly 2 gallons, which is the size of your red jug. Simply mix 1 bag of Tailwind into the red jug. Be sure to label the red jug with the Tailwind sticker that was provided in your tote. The blue jug is for water only. This system is used throughout the entire course, so it is important that Tailwind is in the red jug and water is in the blue jug. Some participants may want to fill their backpacks with water or Tailwind. Others may want to drink from cups. Put out a few small cups that are half full of Tailwind, water, or sodas. Be sure it is clear which cups contain what type of drink. Remember, always keep small portions. Your aid station is now ready for runners. Remember, each aid station has set hours when they are active or open. Check your green folder carefully and make sure there's always someone manning your aid station during the active times. As with any race, there will be times when you are slow, but there will also be times when you are extremely busy with big groups of participants. The important thing is to have fun and remember that the runners are glad you are there. Now it is time for some frequently asked questions. First, what if I run out of food? If you run out of a non-essential item like candy, don't worry about it. There's plenty of other options for the runners to choose from. If you run out of an essential item, like soup when it's really cold, or staples like fruit, pretzels, or potato chips, call your aid station coordinator before you run out. The phone number of your aid station coordinator is located in the green folder. Next question. What if I run out of water or Tailwind? You cannot run out of water. Always keep a close eye on water levels. When you start serving your last jug, send someone to refill your water. The closest water supply is listed in your green folder. If you start running low on tailwind, call your aid station coordinator. We have extra and will bring it to you, but do not wait until you're out of tailwind or water to call. Here is another frequently asked question. What if a runner is injured? If it is an emergency, call 911. Then call the race directors immediately. Remember, you have a first aid kit in your supply tote that can help with minor injuries like scrapes, sprains, or minor allergic reactions. Next question. What if I lose cell reception and cannot text my runner tracking information? Check your cell reception as soon as you arrive at your aid station. Texting requires less signal than making a phone call, so even if you cannot get a call out, you might still be able to get a text out. Participants have to be out of your aid station by the times listed if they wish to continue. These are firm times. They are posted at your aid station as well as provided in the participant packet. They must be enforced. If you have an issue with compliance, call the race directors. If you have runners that do not make cutoff times, you may need to help them arrange for transportation back to the start-finish area. After the last runner has passed through your aid station, you need to call headquarters to notify them that you have seen your last runner. Headquarters will also contact you with a text message when they have noticed all the runners have cleared your aid station. That message will come across in a text as "Hold." This redundant system is in place to ensure we account for every runner. At this point, you are not finished, so please do not leave. You may begin packing up supplies. It is extremely important that you complete an inventory of what is left over on your supply check sheet. Take the time to note any items that you feel you need more or less of. This inventory process is extremely important, so we know how to plan for subsequent years. After everything is packed away, you may dismiss your volunteers. The captains must stay until the last participant has checked into the next aid station. At that point, you will receive a text message that states "All clear" from headquarters. Then you may leave your aid station. We do this for the safety of the runners. If there is an emergency and they head back to you for help, we want you to be there. Once your aid station is closed, you need to return supplies to the start-finish area at Mountain Harbor Resort. If you are not able to do this, please notify the race directors in advance of the race so other arrangements can be made. If you are an aid station captain for Joplin Road Crossing, Tompkins Bend, or ADA, you will follow a different procedure for returning supplies. Do not go to Mountain Harbor Resort. Supplies will be picked up directly from your aid station and redistributed to other areas of the course. Once again, this special supply pickup only applies to Joplin Road Crossing, Tompkins Bend, and ADA. Drop bags need to be returned to the start-finish area in waves. Of course, only drop bags should be returned if the runner has already gone through your aid station for the second and final time. It is always helpful to set drop bags aside after runners have left you for the final time. Drop bags for Spillway and Crystal Springs will need to be shuttled back to the start-finish area at 3 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. respectively. All remaining drop bags should come back to the start-finish area when you return your aid station supplies. If you cannot shuttle drop bags at the times listed, please contact the race directors so we may arrange to pick them up. Now, sit back and relax. You did it! On behalf of the race and all the participants, thank you. We are extremely appreciative of your time and efforts in making the LOViT 100 Endurance Run a successful event. We could not have done it without you. Thank you for watching. For more information about the LOViT Endurance Run, we invite you to visit runlovit.com.